What is a sleep regression? Isn't baby sleep just one long sleep regression? Is it something good or something bad? When do they occur, these sleep regressions, and how do we deal with them? I'm going to be talking about all of this in today's video. For videos on specific sleep regressions and tons more information on gentle, biologically normal baby sleep, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, and if you'd like to book a one-to-one counseling session with me, WhatsApp me on +91 981010 8398 or DM me on any of these platforms. So now, coming to sleep regressions. The first 2 years of a baby's life are punctuated by sleep regressions, periods of disturbed sleep and increased night wakings caused by intense skill building. So when babies go through developmental leaps, their sleep deteriorates. The term sleep regression can be a bit misleading because it seems to connote something negative and it seems to imply that the baby is moving backwards. So the thing is that when the baby is going through this kind of massive transformation, sleep is bound to be disturbed. So the baby progresses, but sleep regresses. Some skeptics point out that there isn't any scientific evidence behind sleep regressions. So while it may be true that specific sleep regressions have not been studied, the term sleep regression is not medically diagnosable. But to be honest, this is just semantics. There is more than enough evidence showing that emotionally difficult periods and developmental leaps do lead to sleep disturbances. These have been studied medically. There are thousands of anecdotal accounts, and to be honest, it's also logical. So, sleep milestones like sleep cycles or circadian rhythms, physical milestones like rolling over or crawling or walking, cognitive milestones like object permanence, word association, speech development, and emotional milestones like separation anxiety all contribute to these sleep disturbances. These periods are often accompanied by teething or growth spurts, which make the situation more complicated. And sometimes, though not always, sleep regressions also coincide with nap transitions, which require their own form of management. So when do these sleep regressions typically occur? The commonly documented sleep regressions occur at 4 months, then 8 to 10 months, 12 months, 16 months, 18 months, 21 months, and 24 months. Some of the common signs of a sleep regression are waking more often at night to be soothed or to feed, having more active night wakings, which means waking up and not falling back asleep very easily. I have a whole separate video on active night wakings that you may want to check out. Having early morning wakings, resistance to naps and taking short naps, a baby who didn't require holding for naps anymore, suddenly needing it again, needing more frequent bridging of naps, shorter naps leading to crankiness through the day, generally being fussy during feeds or during naps or while playing. The peak period of a regression usually lasts about 2 to 3 weeks. And while this is incredibly hard on us, the parents, it helps to remember that it's equally hard, if not harder, on the baby. So how do we cope? I recommend going with the flow a little bit and not imposing an existing routine on the baby. This, of course, doesn't mean that all schedules and routines go out of the window. No, far from it. We do maintain a loose and flexible routine, and we avoid overtiredness at all cost. So the rule of thumb would be observe for early sleep cues or follow the awake windows, whichever comes first. So if your baby is looking tired, take your baby for a nap. Definitely don't go beyond the awake window. If your baby has woken up early in the morning or has taken a short nap, shorten the next awake window. If you need to add an extra nap or do bedtime early, go ahead and do it. Give your baby the support she needs in terms of holding for naps, bridging those naps, and of course, doing everything in pitch darkness. You'll find that a lot of soothing methods that worked with your baby before the regression may not be working anymore. You may need to up your input a little bit. So for example, a baby who was earlier nursing to sleep or being rocked to sleep may suddenly respond better to being walked in a baby carrier, or being rocked on a rocking chair, or may even need you to take her for a drive. And everything except the drive should happen in pitch darkness. Music works really well to soothe a fussy baby and an overtired baby. So, feel free to use lots of lovely music that your baby responds to. It doesn't need to be lullabies or classical music. It can be rich, beautiful music with a good beat, which occupies your baby's mind and prevents her from thinking about 1,000 other things and getting distracted and cranky. So music works really well while you're nursing the baby or walking the baby or rocking the baby in pitch darkness. So it helps to have a menu of ways in which to support our baby's sleep. We kind of need to go the extra mile to help them while they're struggling through a sleep regression. And lastly, be aware of the possibility that your baby needs to drop a nap. For example, very often the 8 to 10 month sleep regression coincides with the transition from 3 naps to 2 naps. If you're looking for information on a particular sleep regression, do look out for my video on that subject. Or if I haven't made that yet, feel free to ping me for support. Good luck.